So the other day, Dodge announced the last call for their Challenger range, including the details of the new limited edition Demon 170, which has over 1,000 horsepower, which sounds amazing until you realise what we're actually seeing is the extinction of the muscle car. So we're calling it. Muscle cars are dead. Okay, so let's dial it back a little bit. From the Australian perspective, muscle cars have been dead probably for a few years now. I mean, we lost the Ford Falcon in 2016, the Holden Commodore in 2017. All right, sorry, the rear-wheel drive V8 Holden Commodore in 2017. What came afterwards, we should not talk about ever again. But yeah, you know, the Holdens and Fords that were made here in Australia, they're all gone. I mean, we've had this long history of muscle cars here in Australia dating back to, you know, the late 60s. You know, your Monaros and GT Falcons and Tiranas and Chargers. We had some fantastic muscle cars in this country, both V8s and 6s, and they were good times, really good times. And we loved everything they did in the States. Everyone thinks, you know, Mustang, Camaro, Charger when it comes to muscle cars, but to be honest, they made a muscle car version of pretty much everything they were making back in the 60s and 70s. Then of course there was the fuel crisis, and so a lot of that went away. And then as technology got better, we had a resurgence with the muscle cars, and they brought back the Challenger, the Charger, the Camaro, the Mustang. Well, the Mustang never really went away, but it had its ups and downs, that's for sure. Which kind of, you know, leads us into now where we're rushing headlong into this future where, you know, the governments and car companies are betting all the marbles on a lithium-ion future we're not really ready for. I think we should be transitioning through a period of hybrids, you know, for the next 10 to 20 years, and then maybe, you know, in 20 years, I think hydrogen fuel cell technology will be so good that that's where we'll be at. But right now, we're kind of heading down this lithium-ion road that, yeah, I just don't think there's enough of that stuff on the planet to power all our cars, our phones, our power walls for our houses, whatever, you know. But anyway, I guess we're getting off track there. However, yeah, so 2023 is going to be the last of the muscle cars, you know. It's the last year for the Camaro. It's going to be the last year for the Challenger, certainly the Hemi Challenger. They may bring through some electric Challenger in the future, but that is not going to be a muscle car, you know. And then the Mustang 2024, I believe, is the last year for the petrol Mustang. And again, you know, like I said, when I'm saying muscle car, I'm talking about petrol, gas guzzling, makes lots of noise, goes really fast muscle cars. And sure, we may have performance cars in the future. They may be electric, and they will probably go really, really fast. I mean, we've already seen this with Tesla and Lucid and that sort of thing. Those cars are just ludicrously fast. You know, I mean, the Plaid, I think, runs 9.3, the Lucid runs 9.1s or something like that. So, I mean, I'm expecting Elon Musk to drop his new Tesla Roadster anytime soon, because let's face it, that was supposed to be ready by now, and that was supposed to run 8s. Well, instead, Dodge has sort of beat them to the punch with their last call with a 8-second production car, you know. And it's amazing. It is amazing, but it also comes with a bit of sadness. So, yeah. I guess we should just enjoy it while it's here, and yeah, just enjoy it. So I guess we should talk about the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon 170. Oh my God, what a mouthful, what a name. 170 refers to 170 proof, being that it runs on E85 and it's a flex fuel car. So basically it'll run on E10 if you want to. If you want to really run it on E10, you could. It'll make 900 horsepower. If you want to run it on E85, 1,025 horsepower, and it will run 8s. It will lift the front wheels off the deck on the launch. And it's not even really set up, like it's a drag car, but it's not, it's a production car. They're gonna make 3,000 of these things for the US, another 300 for Canada. So 3,300 of these things. I reckon we'll end up with a couple in Australia like we did with the Demons. There are some Dodge Demons here in Australia and they made the same numbers. So I think we'll see a few come into Australia, probably through Canada as they did with the Demons. But yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing. You know, these cars that run on E85 and run ridiculous numbers, but they do it with, like, they're going to have a 315 drag radial on the back from the factory and a 245 on the front. So not a super skinny tyre like they did with the Demons. You know, you had the $1 crate option where you could buy this crate that came with skinnies and all sorts of stuff, and the car would run numbers if you put all the stuff from the crate on the car. Well, the car's built for you. You know, the only accessory they give you is, like, they give you a set of drinking glasses and stuff like that, or with the special serial numbers and stuff, which is pretty fun and amazing. But, you know, there's some weird marketing stuff. Like I said, the 170 name is kind of weird. You know, they've got the new Demon logo, which they're calling the Corn Demon, with his horns and his 170 neck tattoo, which just one of those weird marketing things that car companies do sometimes. But beside all that, I mean, I watched the thing live on TV when they announced it, and it was just, no one does it quite like Dodge, do they? You know, they choppered this car in, dropped it on a drag strip, drove it out the back, warmed it up, I guess, and then brought it out and boom, went and ran an 8-second pass. Well, we assume it's an 8-second pass. They didn't really show it on the boards or anything like that, but the thing is fast. There's no doubt. It lifted both wheels off the front, no problem at all. You know, fireworks went off and everything, and yeah, we've got a car that's an 8-second production car. It runs on petrol, it makes all the right noises, the blower whine is amazing. It's got a 3-litre supercharger on it, makes nearly 22 pounds of boost, you know, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. It is an amazing time to be alive, but you know, like I said, we are witnessing the end of an era right now. So, am I ever going to get to drive one? Probably not. Do I love the fact that it exists? Hell yeah. I mean, it's just amazing that car companies are making stuff like that. And hopefully in the future, we're going to see more craziness like this, but obviously there's electric future coming whether we like it or not. But hopefully those same car guys that are like me, that have, you know, lived through the 70s and just loved the 60s, you know, and just loved cars and muscle cars, I hope that spirit still is alive and we get something special for the future. And maybe some people rebel against the whole electric future. Maybe we see some really cool stuff. I know Dodge they have some stuff on the drawing board. They have a Daytona plan that they've done a you know, concept on. It's weird in certain ways in that it's got, you know, electric car noises generated, and yeah, that's what happens when marketing people get involved. But hopefully it actually is just a cool car. It looks amazing, it looks cool, but yeah. Get the marketing people away from it, get the car guys involved, and we'll have something special, I think. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little segue away from our normal stuff. Sitting here with a 6.4 Hemi that we're going to drop into something one day. Gotta love the Hemi V8. They've been around 20 years now, and we're kind of seeing the end of it. You know, they come in all different shapes and sizes. Hopefully we can do something special for this. And you'll see that on a future episode of Carnage.